Hello, Nancy Drew fans. I am back with another playthrough video. Today I'm going to be playing game number 9, Danger on Deception Island. And this game came out, I want to say 2004, although my box here says 2003. One or the other is when this game was released. I quite enjoy this game. I like the little reference to Cadborough Bay, which is in Canada, which always gives me a thrill being Canadian. And I'll apologize in advance. I've got horrendous allergies today, so I probably sound more congested than I normally do. It's not very pleasant, but that's okay. I'm going to no longer go outside and make things worse. Instead, I've decided to stay inside at the computer and play a game. I think that's going to be the best thing to do for my allergies today. So with that, let's start.
Welcome to my latest case, Danger on Deception Island. To learn how to play, choose Gameplay Overview. When you're ready to start the game, choose either Junior or Senior Detective.
Nancy's voice sounds a lot higher in this game. I do notice sort of her pitch and her overall tone fluctuate between the games, but it sounds particularly high right now. Sort of like in instances of Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Anyways, just an observation.
Dear Ned, here I am on a ferry bound for Deception Island, one of the San Juan Islands off the coast of Washington State. George's friend, Katie Firestone, is expecting me. Katie's a marine biologist who's doing research into deep water parasitic growth. She also owns a whale watching boat and takes tours out practically every day. I should be excited, but for some reason I feel on edge, like something's out of whack. Maybe it's because George and Beth arranged this little vacation for me, and sometimes their plans don't work out so well. Or maybe it's because we're about to dock at a place called Snake Horse Harbor. Kind of a creepy name for a town, don't you think? Or maybe it's because I haven't been on vacation for so long that I've forgotten how to relax. Anyway, we're here. It's not raining, but it's not sunny either. It's just kind of gray. Maybe that's why I feel so strange. Ever yours, Nancy. Katie?
Hi, you must be Nancy. I'm Katie Firestone. Come on, I'll take you down to the boat. Great timing, huh? I just got back from getting some groceries. George could not have picked a better time to arrange for you to come out here. Just last week, this orca showed up in the channel, and now it... Oh my gosh, what happened? Someone tore the place apart. The engine's a mess, parts are missing, others are damaged. Why would somebody do this?
Alright, so here's our little introduction. I like that our mystery kind of starts right off the bat, as soon as we arrive in Snake Horse Harbor.
Are you gonna be able to fix it?
I better be able to. I can't afford to pay someone else to do it, and if I end up having to replace a lot of parts, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
We better call the sheriff.
Actually, I'd rather not get the sheriff involved. The insurance company would raise my rates, and I just can't afford that. Besides, I've got my very own private detective now. You.
Fair point.
Are you sure you don't want to call somebody?
Look, you're on vacation. Just go relax. Or bike into town, or take my kayak out. It's at the end of the dock. Just always wear your life jacket, and don't go past the channel markers. And if the fog starts coming in, head to shore fast. The fog we get around here is as thick as cotton. And never go out without a GPS. That's a global positioning system. Mine's somewhere around here. Anyway, your bunk's the empty one below. Why don't you go unpack?
Okay. Suitcase she's had since Message in a Haunted Mansion. Well, tokens or souvenirs from Captain's Cove. This would be a reference to The Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Both Chaco Canyon Cultural Society and Beach Hill Museum. I really like these little additions. Mayan temples used as alien landing pads. So it'll also be sort of a reference back to Secret of the Scarlet Hand and Sunny June and his little notes about aliens and all of his wackiness. Anyhow. Let's explore the boat.
Wonder what's in here.
Wonder if I can call Katie. 2774.
No one is available to take your call. Please call back.
Oh, just an automated voice message service. That's not very exciting. I guess I didn't take one of her cards. Thought I could. And here we go, a reference back to another game, Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. That's me! The 17th. What month is this?
Ah, my trusty laptop. Good thing I recharged my batteries.
No outgoing mail. Again. Common problem with Nancy's email server provider, or service provider. There's some burglaries that keep occurring. News about the orca. Holt Scotto runs for Harbor Master. There's a map of Deception Island. And Whale World. I don't know if there was anything else. Weather, overcast with patchy fog. We've had a lot of overcast weather here. It's been a bit of a dismal summer weather-wise. This is beautiful. I love that bit of artwork. Could go up the stairs. Yeah, I might as well do that now.
Apparently our saboteur took all the books out of the drawer up here. Must have been looking for something. Want me to put them away?
If you could put them back in the drawer for me, that would be awesome.
So I used to hate doing this puzzle.
Okay, what's the best way to get all these in here with no space left over?
I'll try not to talk over Nancy. So yes, I used to hate doing this puzzle, and there are some similar ones in later games as well, but I don't actually mind it anymore. I don't know why that's changed. The funny thing is I know that these are all going to be rearranged when it's finished. If that doesn't make sense. I mean, when the puzzle's complete, everything gets rearranged to still fit, but there's one specific layout it uses each time you finish, even though you can solve this puzzle with a couple different layouts. So, yeah, there's that. I don't know if I want to do it that way. I might rearrange things. I don't like that little gap. You are the same height, roughly. I don't like that little gap either. Still a bit of a gap. This might work. I'm not sure. I'm not actually putting this here, I'm just trying to gauge that distance. Yeah, that would work. Okay, you can go I don't know, we can go down there. I do not like the way this looks. This looks very, very wrong. That still fits. That will fit there. Fit there. Okay. Now everything's going to be rearranged. Yeah, those I had over there. So, yeah, that's always just sort of stood out to me.
Okay if I use your microscope?
Sure, go ahead.
Let's check out some cool slide samples. What does a flea look like?
Awesome.
With feathers.
Awesome. Too cool.
Well, I'll just leave it at that. Okay, let's continue exploring down here. We can make a sandwich. Okay, the lettuce looks fine. I don't actually like tomatoes, but we'll pretend I do. Healthy snack. Alright, there's other stuff here too.
It won't be much of a sandwich if I don't put something in it.
I don't want to make another one. Mustard. Just so I can throw it away.
It looks like whoever damaged your engine did something to your faucet too.
It'd be great if you could fix it. The pipes are in the cabinet under the sink.
I like that she thinks I'm a plumber.
At least the person who messed up the faucet left all the pipes here. I hope.
Oh, okay. This is a puzzle I don't like because you have to start from the bottom,
This goes here.
which just seems weird to me. Okay. Do I remember which one's next?
That doesn't go there.
I don't actually want that one. I'm trying to get this one. Here we go.
That doesn't go there.
Is it you? Maybe it's you.
This goes here. That doesn't go there. This goes here. That doesn't
Nope.
go there.
Nancy's commentary, I have to say, gets pretty annoying when she's constantly saying, this doesn't go here, and so on. And this happens also in the next game, The Secret of Shadow Ranch. It's a bit tiresome. I don't think it's this one.
This
Oh, it
goes
is.
here.
Come on. I almost had you. For anyone who hasn't watched one of my videos before, I have a recording bar here. You can't see it, I can, but it gets in the way when I'm trying to get things that are near it.
This goes here. This goes here.
Yes, indeed. And final piece.
This
The
goes
pipe's all
here.
fixed. I'll turn the water back on.
There was something under the pipes.
Nancy talking over herself a moment ago. 7497. 7497. Oh, what did I say? 7497?
reached Whale World, the Center for the Appreciation and Observation of Marine Life. Unfortunately, everyone's busy right now, so please call back. Better yet, come in and see us. In the meantime, have a whale of a day.
And then we have a map. So that's where the orca's been spotted. Really beautiful pictures here. And that's basically this level of Katie's boat.
You know, Nancy, for what it's worth, I shot my mouth off pretty good at the town meeting last night.
You think that could be why somebody did this to your boat?
I did get pretty obnoxious. See, the thing is, this orca, this killer whale, showed up in the channel about a week ago, and has been hanging around here ever since all by itself. She was getting way too close to boats, so I called the National Marine Fisheries Service. They made some recordings and did some tests and are analyzing them. In the meantime, they ordered all boats to stay at least 300 feet away from her or risk paying a $1,000 fine. That's what the meeting last night was about.
Interesting topic.
I take it not everyone agrees?
The people that fish for a living sure don't. They're steering clear of the whale by taking the long way around the island to get out to sea, which costs them time and fuel. Some people say she should be captured and towed out to sea.
But the fishery service has the last word?
They've asked me to monitor her physical condition while they study their data and decide what to do. But personally, I agree with the no-boat zone. I also think that if she's found to be sick, she should be shipped to a research facility for treatment, not returned to her pod. I said as much last night, only much more strongly.
So I didn't point this out earlier. I normally do sort of when we first start dialogue. So her interactive was great, gives you different options for how you'd like to respond. I mean, this isn't a great example here because you can continue the conversation or you can end it, but quite often you have an actual choice of how you want to respond. So with the previous selection I had made, I picked the option that actually led to longer dialogue. We had one extra bit of dialogue that starts off, or that Katie starts with, and then she responds with, I agree with the no boat zone. Had I selected the first option to respond with, her dialogue would have started with that piece saying, I agree with the no boat zone. But because I picked a different option, we got some extra dialogue ahead of time. And I just love this. I love that her interactive back in the day took the time to give us options, not just for what Nancy says, but how the person she's speaking with might respond differently. And it might just be an addition to other text that you would get no matter what. But I think it really adds this bit of depth to the games. And we'll see later, well, we won't really be able to see it. I can't illustrate it. But also in this game, when you're speaking with Jenna, who we haven't met yet, there are different conversations you can have where they're completely different. You choose sort of between these two options and then you stick with one throughout the game or the other. You don't get to talk about both. And I'll get into that when we get to those conversations, just because I don't really want to spoil it and I don't recall all the details. So, continuing on.
Who's Andy Jason?
Andy does whale watching tours too. If I had $1 for every time he's come here trying to talk me into selling out to him, I wouldn't be fixing this engine. I'd be buying a new one.
See you in a bit.
Have fun.
Okay, let's explore up here.
Uh-oh. Katie's GPS doesn't look so hot. I'd better tell Katie her GPS is broken.
Yeah, definitely broken.
This note wasn't here before, was it?
No, whoever messed up my boat must have written it.
What a shame. And what an expensive thing to damage. It's really cruel.
What's up?
I'm afraid whoever tore up your boat also wrecked your GPS device.
Oh no. It'd be a shame for you not to go kayaking. I know. Bike to the Hot Kettle Cafe and see if Holt Scotto will let you borrow a GPS from him.
See you in a bit.
Be careful out there.
Okay, and before we do that little trek, we'll go up here and grab
There's a
this.
paper inside. Maybe it's a message.
How cool. I love this. Messages in a bottle.
That's odd.
I am just jotting this down because I don't have my notes with me, so I can't do any of this really quickly. There we go. I might as well grab that now. Or not. Must grab the helmet. Bicycle safety, folks. Always wear your helmet. I'm not going to go to the lighthouse yet. We'll start with a Hot Kettle Cafe. Cafe is missing the accent on the E. Same with here. Anyhow. Love this music, by the way. This is a great track. It's really soothing.
A book on sea monsters. Very cool.
Yep, Ogopogo. We used to talk about the Ogopogo. I didn't spend time in the Okanagan as a kid, and even as an adult I haven't really been out that way, but a friend who used to go to the Okanagan all the time, and they've always talked about the Ogopogo. And people were saying that there was a lake monster in one of the big lakes up here, and I don't remember what name it was given, but don't hear about that one very often. I haven't actually since I was a kid. Caddy. I went out to Cadborough Bay. This was many years ago when I used to live on Vancouver Island. And I was sitting there waiting for a friend, and I was like, yep, I'm going to sit here, keep an eye out for Caddy, like I'm in a Nancy Drew game. Indeed. Oh, these I'm going to have to jot down. I suppose I could do that now. You get to listen to this really cool track for a few minutes while I make notes. It's all good. I'm almost done. Okay. And then I love this, they call it the International Communication Alphabet. There's a different name for it. Will it come to mind? Probably later. But I have this memorized. Mostly because of this game. I thought it would be a great thing to memorize. Female, it's wider at the base than the male. That's important.
Hang on, I'll be right with you.
Actually, I'm looking for someone named Holt Scotto.
So what do you want? I'm Holt Scotto.
I'm Nancy Drew. Katie Firestone said I might be able to find you in here.
Well, you're not one of them save the whale and heck with everybody else crusader types like she is, are you?
Well, let's just go with this one.
I'm just here on vacation.
Her true colors came out real clear last night. Us fishermen don't count. All that matters is rescuing that poor, precious orca out there. To heck with people trying to make a living. Of course, is the way she makes her living being hurt by that whale? Why, no. Her business is booming. Now, ain't that the oddest thing?
So here's an example of what I was talking about earlier, where we have different response options, but I think regardless of which one we pick, in this case, Holt will give us the same response back.
She's back at the boat right now trying to fix her engine. Somebody vandalized it.
She ticked off a lot of people last night. That's what she gets for being so meddlesome. Anyway, welcome to Snake Horse Harbor, home of Cadborosaurus. That's how this place got its name, you know.
Really?
Well, that's the sea monster Native Americans used to see out in the channel ever so often. Called it the snake horse. Had the head of a horse and the body of a giant snake. People on Vancouver Island started calling it Cadborosaurus after it or one of its relatives was seen a couple of times at Cadboro Bay. They call it Caddy for short.
And I did not see it when I was in Cadboro Bay. It was so disappointing.
Does it ever do anything?
Back in the late 1800s, he took the rap for a lot of hoodoo around here. Fog would roll in at night, and men would just vanish. It was the snake horse, people would say. Little did they know.
So it wasn't the snake horse?
Well, they'd been shanghaied. See, a bunch of establishments in town had secret panels built right into the walls. Guy'd be having a drink one minute, and next minute he'd be clobbered over the head, whisked into a secret passageway, and taken out to a ship waiting in the harbor. He'd wake up on the high seas and discover that if he wanted to survive, he'd better do what the captain ordered. No matter what he was before, he was now a sailor. It was a cheap way for captains to get crews back then, and an easy way for some of the town's citizens to make money.
Hard to imagine that that was actually a thing that happened. Just sort of astounding.
Did you say you were a fisherman?
4th generation. I've fished every ocean for just about every fish you can make money fishing for. Lived here for the last 11 years.
How often do you go fishing?
Every day. Only reason I'm not out there right now is because I've been in and out of campaign meetings since 8 this morning.
I hate this response. What is a politician supposed to look like? Like it's sort of a prejudice response, or I don't know if it's more prejudice or discriminatory. Either way, I don't like it. So let's go with this one instead.
You're running for office?
I think it's high time people around here started doing what makes sense, instead of doing what's politically correct all the time. Harbor master we got now bends over backwards so far for the environmentalists, it's a wonder he can still walk upright.
Whoever trashed Katie's boat also ruined her GPS.
Oh, now that's a shame.
Sense some sarcasm there.
Thing is, I'd like to go kayaking while I'm here. Only I can't without a GPS.
Oh, now that really is a shame. Tell you what, I got a spare right here in my duffel. You know what else I got in my duffel?
Why am I getting the feeling I'm not going to like this?
This is a little seamanship quiz I whipped up. I'm thinking about making people pass it before they're allowed to rent any kind of watercraft once I become harbor master. Here. The idea is to cut down on having to rescue people who got no business being out on the water in the first place. Trouble is, nobody's actually taken it yet. I need a guinea pig.
It's a good idea. It's sort of like people taking driving lessons and a road test before they're allowed to drive. I think it's a sound idea.
And that would be me?
If you pass the quiz, the GPS is yours. You'll need that container for the last question.
See you around.
Yeah, whatever.
Super friendly then. Yeah, whatever. Okay.
What can I get for you, Nancy?
Since we haven't met, there's only one way you could know my name.
On the day my Aunt Iris turned this place over to me, she said, Jenna, you're about to become a real good listener. And darned if she wasn't right.
I'm trying to remember if you pick the other option. Is she told, or she says that she wasn't told she'd become a really good listener? I'm pretty sure, yeah, so the dialogue with Jenna is really variable depending on the options you select. It's really neat. It's sort of what makes the replay value of this game extra good. So I would encourage anyone who plays this game to do that. You know, play it once, sort of note which options you pick when you're speaking with Jenna, and then the next time you play, pick different options, because you will have some entirely different conversations. It's really cool. I wish there was more of this in the games. But it definitely makes this game stand out, and it's quite special because of this.
How long ago was that?
Aunt Iris left it to me 3 years ago. It's been in the Devlin family since the day it was built, which was back in, like, 1866 or something. So, you're visiting Katie Firestone. My condolences.
You can kind of sense the way she feels.
What do you mean?
Me and her don't see eye to eye on a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like the whale?
That orca out there should be rejoined with her pod as soon as possible. Period. End of story. No matter what Miss Fancy Schmancy science degree says. Other people may be bamboozled by all her talk of data charts and field tests and monitoring whatnots, but not me. The only thing she wants is to get that whale into an aquarium. It wouldn't surprise me if Katie's been secretly feeding it. Which is against the law, by the way. And you know what else? It wouldn't surprise me if she trashed her own boat, because she knew that after that meeting last night, everybody would assume that Holt did it and not want to vote for him. I got an idea. Let's change the subject.
I like that she's the one who suggests a change of topic. Let's talk about this. Because sometimes, and I don't know if that's the case with this game, if you choose not to have the conversation as soon as you see the option available, it doesn't come back. So I'm going out of sequence, which is a great thing that you can do. You have proper choice in these games. You can choose whatever you want. Your sequence, there's not a set sequence you have to follow. And it makes for some interesting conversations.
What do you know about the Shanghaiing that used to go on around here?
It never went on, that's what I know. Shoving grown men into passageways and carting them off to ships never to be seen again? It's just a big, colorful, tall tale. Never happened.
And actually, I think this is one that you do get the option each time. But because with Jenna, you do get some variable options. Yeah, there's some conversations or some options that only come up at one time. So you kind of want to take them when you can.
Does Andy Jason ever come in here?
Everybody comes in here. Know how some people can't go a day without coffee? People around here can't go a day without a bowl of my clam chowder. In fact, if you ever want a free sample, just say the word.
And continuing with that conversation about conversations, free sample of clam chowder versus a blueberry muffin. Once you've picked one, that's the one you're stuck with. You don't get an option to try the other free sample.
Is Andy Jason in here now by any chance?
Actually, he only comes in once or twice a week. Says he's too busy. Of course, the reason he's so busy is because he's too cheap to hire another person to help him run the place. Kinda surprised me when I heard he was trying to buy Katie Firestone out. Must have something up his sleeves, all I can figure.
So yeah, I could ask about clam chowder or a muffin. Let's go with a muffin.
Instead of the chowder, do you think I could try one of those muffins?
Coming right up. Next one will be on the house, too.
That was delicious.
Here, let me get rid of that for you.
Oh, and here we go. Actually, you can try the clam chowder. I guess it's the other way around. If you go with clam chowder that first time, you don't get the option for a blueberry muffin.
Think I could try a bowl of your clam chowder?
Coming right up. Next one will be on the house, too.
That was delicious.
Here, let me get rid of that for you.
It's been fun talking to you.
Ain't that the truth?
I really like her shirt, by the way. And I'm just getting this ahead of time, 'cause I know I will need this. There we go. Great track. Don't forget the helmet or we will have an accident. Let's go off to Whale World. And I love all these scenes. I'll point it with my hand, which I realize you can't see, and the cursor doesn't move, but I like the pictures that sort of show up on the screen while Nancy's cycling.
Hi there. Welcome. What can I do you for?
Are you Andy Jason?
That's me. How'd you know?
Let's do this one.
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Katie Firestone's. I saw your business card on her boat.
Nice to meet you, Nancy. Any friend of Katie's is a friend of mine.
Even though she keeps refusing to sell out to you?
I must admit, that is a little frustrating.
Maybe she just likes being in business for herself.
I'm offering her the deal of a lifetime. She'd make more money, she'd have more free time. I mean, look at this place. I run a first-class operation. It's my mission to see that everyone who comes to Snake Horse Harbor leaves with a greater appreciation for marine mammals. And if I make a buck in the process, that's cool too.
So much to say about this space, but we'll get to it when we get into the actual sort of museum area.
Why do you want to buy Katie out? She can't be taking that many customers away from you.
I don't like her taking any customers away from me. And frankly, with this whale doing its orphan thing out there, I'm losing a lot of customers to her.
Why is that?
Katie convinced the fisheries service that she should be allowed to monitor the orca's condition, which means she can get right up next to the whale while my boat has to stay away.
Katie takes passengers with her when she checks on the whale?
Paying passengers, as many as she can safely fit.
That does seem kind of wrong to me if this happens to be true. I mean, that's taking advantage of this position she happens to hold. That doesn't seem quite fair.
What do you think should be done with the orca out there?
Nothing. I think people should just leave it alone. I mean, why do we humans always think we know best? We can barely deal with ourselves, let alone a whole other species.
Fair point. It's interesting because I'm thinking about like the resident southern, I'm getting all my words mixed up. There are different pods of orcas along the Pacific coast, resident southern whales or whatever. They're the southern, they're the northern. There are some transient groups, and they're all to some degree, I think, in decline. And it's neat because we're quite often, I'll see in the news information mostly about J-pod, I think sometimes K-pod, and sort of their diminishing numbers. But recently there was a new calf born and they've just discovered that she's female, and it's all very exciting. So, I mean, our attention we give to the species is very important, and the laws we make about keeping distance. The last time I was down in Victoria, which is back in the spring, I went to the museum, the Royal BC Museum, which I try to go to each time I'm down there. And I think I mentioned this when I was playing Secret of the Scarlet Hand. At one point they'd had a mine exhibition, and I went and saw that. When I was there a few months ago, they happened to have one on orcas, and I was like, this is super exciting, and this is the perfect place for them to have this exhibit at the moment because it's in the same area as this game takes place, and they're talking about sort of this history of human impact with orcas, and sort of the steps we need to take to help preserve their species. And it was a really interesting exhibit. I had a great time there. It's quite an area of interest for me. I think it's quite fascinating and important that we are attentive to what's happening with our different pods nearby, and really all over the world, and with any species that's endangered or threatened. I could talk about this, but I'll stop. I'll get back to the game.
Someone ransacked Katie's boat while she was in town this morning. Made a real mess.
Wonder if it's related to those burglaries.
I don't know why she's saying what burglaries, because I read the news article on the laptop already. But let's talk about it anyways.
What burglaries?
A bunch of stuff was stolen from 2 shops earlier this week. Food, tools, clothing, electronics. There was no sign of forced entry, no trace of who did it. Sheriff's still scratching his head.
I mean, it's this little bit of dialogue on the screen before, where he being Andy really sounds like Harlan Bishop. I mean, it's the same voice actor. They can't totally cover your voice, and yeah, sounds like Harlan.
Whoever ransacked Katie's boat tore a bunch of parts out of her engine. It's like they wanted to make sure she couldn't go anywhere for a while.
That's too bad.
You sound so sincere.
Do you have any idea who would have done something like that?
Jenna Devlin. Runs the Hot Kettle Cafe.
Oh,
She was seething at the meeting last night. She doesn't think Katie should be allowed anywhere near that whale.
Has she ever done anything violent like that before?
I was in the kettle once when this guy tried to sneak out without paying. Jenna was so mad and grabbed him so hard that he was the one who yelled for help.
Thanks for your time.
Drop by again.
Wow, That's a beauty.
It is.
Interesting.
I like the little display here. It's too bad Nancy can't buy any of these souvenirs. Okay, I'm not going to touch this because Andy doesn't want me to. He'll reprimand me. So this space, I saw pictures of an actual museum that looks just like this place. I saw, it was a skeleton I saw hanging. I was like, that's, oh my god, that's clearly what the whale world from Danger on Deception Island is inspired by. It looked not, I mean, I don't think it's 100% the same, but as soon as I saw this photo, I thought, that's clearly where her interactive went for their source of inspiration. It was really neat. I don't know how I found it. It was, I think, just a Google search, but I don't remember why. But anyhow, yeah, that was pretty neat. Okay, what does an orca sound like? Orca goes wee. I'm not actually reading these because I've seen them all before. But look, this is how intelligent they are, compared with our measly brains. And we think we're so smart. Ay.
Looks like I need a key card to play.
So I shall go get one.
Hi, Nancy.
Let's start with this.
That boat in a bottle you have is fascinating.
It was made by one of the first non-Native Americans to settle here, a guy named Benjamin Hawkins. I bought it from this lady who kind of went bonkers after her husband died.
I don't know if he was a real person or not, like a real historical figure. I'm curious about that. I've often wondered and never thought after I've closed the game to actually look him up. It would be something I should do.
Was Benjamin Hawkins a sailor?
This historian who was in here once said he was pretty sure that was a model of a pirate ship. So now I tell people Hawkins was a pirate, but like most of the settlers around here, he was probably just a farmer.
I love the delivery of that line.
I'd like to play the games in your center, but it looks like I need some kind of key card.
Here you go. This will activate all the games. It will also keep track of what games you've won, and it'll let you play all the games as many times as you want.
Great.
Thanks for your time.
Have a good one.
I will. Smarter than us. Yeah, that the exhibition I saw a few months ago was talking about, you know, Flipper and Free Willy and all them. It was neat. Oh, of course, I haven't read any of these things. How much have I memorized? Which one? Yep. Swim the fastest. I think it's a doll's porpoise. I've seen them when I was on a cruise. They're extremely intelligent. Bang me. Two, I think. Yes, I didn't have to read everything. How deep do they dive? That's crazy. Just those depths. Well, let's go hard. Why not? Oh dear. That was not very good. Oh, I got slightly too close that time. Oh dear. I'm concerned about my oxygen levels here. There's too much trash. Oh, we're gonna run out of air. This was bad. Let's try that again. Oh, jeez Louise. I'm gonna blame my allergies for my complete ineptitude today. For everything. Wow, it's a fast little pink fish. Okay, I don't want to get hit by a mine. Oh, and yet I did. Oh my god. And it won't give me the option to pick easy. Can I hang out down here for a little while? I'm hoping there's nothing up there that I can't see. Oh dear, I don't like how close that squid is. Waiting game. Sneak a snack. Oh, I got slightly too close. That's not fair. Oh, there we go. Glad I don't have to do that again. I must normally pick the easy level. Minky. Minky has a K in it and it makes the sound starts with a K. My tricks, ladies and gentlemen, for how I remember these. The gray whale is just sort of bland, like the color gray. That's the sound it makes. There's not a whole lot of substance there. Doll's porpoise. The doll's porpoise purrs. This would be humpback. Think of Dory trying to speak whale.
Throughout the center, you've been able to hear the sounds different cetaceans make. To see just how good your memory is, press a button, listen to the sound that plays, then press the button of the cetacean that made the sound. If you've made a correct match, the button lights will stay on. When all the buttons are lit, you've matched them all.
So that's our very gray, bland sound. So there we go. Dory tries to speak with a humpback whale. There's a K like a minky. Killer whale goes wee, and then a doll's porpoise purrs, right? There we go. Lovely. Oh, I just have to do feeding frenzy. Perfect. Okay, so then feeding frenzy. Ignore the wheel for even though I'm not reading them. That's fine. Oh, come on. 18. I've had better scores. That's okay. There we go. Got all my check marks. Spin to win. Okay. I wonder what the prize is going to be. Heck yes.
I won the whale watching tour. All right!
Very exciting. And there we go. You can see it checked off on the prize list.
Hi, Nancy.
I won a free whale watching tour.
Well, congratulations. I'll give you an exclusive tour. Just be you and me.
Sounds great.
You've seen that map before? Bald eagles. I've seen lots of those up where I live. Those were cormorants. There was an otter. There was a seal before that. And an orca.
Thank you for the great tour and for letting me use your camera.
My pleasure.
Thanks for your time.
Drop by again.
I've been whale watching, but it was up in Alaska, and I would love to actually do that down in or around Vancouver Island. It'd be nice to do that again. It was a pretty cool experience. Okay, let's check out the lighthouse because we haven't been there yet. A picture of a marina. And then just a picture of cliffs and the ocean. And sort of similar.
Yuck! I'm not picking them up.
Okay then. Sorry about this. These
These would be
allergies.
great for rock skipping.
Oh, yes, you're correct. Wait, no, which one do I want to pick up? Male, never mind. I want female. Go away.
Remember, eyes open, mouth shut.
I'm trying to get rid of it. Good. Alright, I should maybe do this. The sun always sets in the
That
west.
looks right.
Current fine, I not noted that down.
Perfect.
I said about of it in case it's
Good.
outside. Moon always rises in the east,
Yes.
as with the sun. I think I remember this.
Correct. Am I smart or what?
There we go. I have to think about these ones. This page, for whatever reason, I always have the hardest time remembering.
No. Very good.
Of course, that's what I thought it was at first, and then changed my mind.
Wrong. Perfect. That should do it. I have to bring him a male Dungeness crab.
Okay, there we go.
I already have some.
Oh, yes, I do. Good gravy. No, you're female. There you it. Saw the bottle. You're who I want. Let's see.
SS. Maybe this broke off from the ship. There's something in that bottle, but it's stuck on those rocks.
I don't remember which one. The little mini. That was not good. And of course it's different per rock. Nope. Let's see. Building power. I think this one, okay. Aha, there we go. Again, great music. Okay, this one is 42.7. That's a 5. There we go. Good, good. Go here and get in some trouble.
What do you think you're doing? Those signs over there say no trespassing, which means keep out, which means you, girlie.
Girly?
Leave.
But I just...
Now.
Okay. That's fine. I'm done here for now anyways. So, let's go back to the Hot Kettle Cafe and apologize to Holt, as well as give him the completed quiz and the male Dungeness crab. Maybe speak with Jenna while we're here.
You again?
Yes, me again.
I'm sorry for trespassing like that.
So what do you want?
I finished that seamanship quiz.
Let's have a look. Right as rain. Just bring me that male crab and you'll be home free.
I've got a male crab, I think.
Let's have a look. Right as rain. Congratulations. Here's your GPS. Just turn around and follow the instructions. I'll take care of the crab for you.
Great, thank you. See you around.
Vote for Holt. Spread the word.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
I found a bottle floating in the water with a strange message inside.
Most, if not all, the notes you find in bottles around here were put there by Hilda Swenson. She was this lady who retired here with her husband about 20 years ago. They made a ton of money in Hollywood as writer-producers and just wanted to enjoy life. Wonderful people. Very active. In fact, Hilda was mayor for 8 years. But then, out of the blue, her husband died. They'd been a team for so long that, well, she pretty much died then too.
I've just figured out who her voice is. So when we were speaking with her earlier, I thought that she sounded familiar, and I was trying to figure out who on earth is this? Which character? And I was thinking, Ingrid? No, it's not Ingrid Corey. Maddie Jensen from Stay Tuned for Danger. I'm pretty sure it's the same voice actress. We just haven't heard her for a while, which I really like. Like, I understand having voice actors come back, but I really like it when there's a good gap between them coming back, so you're not all that familiar with their voices. In the last few games, you just hear the same voices over and over, and I can't separate the voices from all the different characters. It really bugs me. So this was kind of cool. I don't think I've ever thought that this was Maddie before, or whoever actually does the voice of Maddie Jensen.
Did she move away?
She just kind of lost it. Started talking to walls and doing bizarre things until one day she rode to the island across the channel that she and her husband owned and never came back.
Imagine owning your own island. What a concept.
And now she uses notes in bottles to communicate with people?
Trouble is, nobody can understand what she's trying to say. All she ever writes is letters and numbers and that one word, Rosebud. I leave a couple of bags of groceries outside her cabin every week, and sometimes I can see her inside. But whenever I try to talk to her, she won't answer.
Did she ever leave anything behind that might help decode her messages?
She left everything behind. Problem is, it's all been sold, given away, or thrown out. We'll never know what's going on in that mind of hers.
You say that now. Well, you'll always say that, but Nancy knows better. Huh. You know what? Okay, I was mistaken before. So if you select the option for a muffin, you can ask that again. But I am pretty sure that if you immediately go for clam chowder, you never get the option to have a muffin. Curious. I'm just gonna leave it.
It's been fun talking to you.
Ain't that the truth?
Okay. So, now I have my GPS. Let's go back to Katie's boat, maybe have a quick chat with her, and then go kayaking. I've done a lot of canoeing. I've been kayaking once. I don't really know how I feel about that experience.
What's up?
Sounds like Holt Scotto was one of the people who didn't care for what you had to say last night.
He and I never see eye to eye. Now, if I were a fisherman, I'd be right as rain no matter what nonsense came out of my mouth. Fine harbor master he'd make.
I talked to Jenna Devlin when I was at the Hot Kettle.
What nasty rumor is she spreading about me today?
Why would she spread rumors about you?
She thinks I'm a know-it-all from the big city.
I have to remember to do this. Maybe I won't go kayaking just yet.
I found this piece of wood on the beach. There's something strange about it.
What do you mean? Let's see it. Ouch, those splinters are sharp. That is odd. It looks like it's been in the water a long time, but if that were the case, those edges would be dull. That looks like it broke off of something just recently.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Any idea where it came from?
Could be off a cargo ship, I guess. But you know who you should ask? Casey Porterfield. He works at the Maritime Library in Port Townsend. You should give him a call. His number's 360-555-3095. He loves checking out stuff like this.
Yes, he does. He says that like verbatim. And oh, I love Casey. He's so funny.
I saw a boat in a bottle at Andy Jason's place. He said it was made by a guy named Benjamin Hawkins.
As a matter of fact, I've done some research on Hawkins. He settled here in the mid-1800s, lived in a cabin where the lighthouse is now.
Why are you doing research on him?
Some of the things I heard about him got my curiosity going. For instance, he apparently had a major feud going with some sea captain. Hawkins would see the guy's sail on the horizon, grab his family and all his valuables, and go into hiding for days.
Very interesting, and is a valuable piece of information for us.
What was the feud about?
Nobody knew. Rumor had it that the sea captain was an ex-pirate, which might explain why Hawkins hid. But where he hid is still a mystery.
See you in a bit.
Enjoy.
I love that little historical mysteries. Really cool. Whether it's true or not, I mean, fictional or otherwise.
Looks like whatever's in here is starting to defrost.
Okay, so let's do this. Deal with the wood sample. I played this game, I don't think it was the last time I played it, it might have been the time before. I completely forgot about this and I was like, why am I not moving forward in the game? And it's because I'd completely forgotten to
One
do
slice
this
of wood.
part of the game.
One glass slide. There. This is gonna look so cool under the microscope. Let's have a look. Too cool.
Now let's snoop through some books.
Complex morphological issues. Microscopic tracheid analysis. Microtome surfacing.
There we go. I just need that number. Nope, that's not the phone. That's the phone. Yeah, I guess I'll call Casey first, who will direct me to do more research.
Maritime Library, this is Casey.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. Katie Firestone suggested I give you a call.
Katie who?
Katie Firestone?
Never heard of her.
Oh.
I know a marine biologist named Katie Firestone.
Yes, that's her. I'm staying with her here in Snake Horse Harbor.
Oh, well then what can I do for you?
Oh, he's a joy.
She said you might be able to help me identify the ship that this piece of plywood I found on the beach came from.
How do you know it came from a ship?
Because it says SS on it. The rest of the name is missing.
Doesn't mean anything. Now if it said SS, which stands for steamship, that'd be different.
Actually, that is what it says.
Oh, well then it came from a ship. Or should I say, shipwreck. What kind of wood is it?
Oh, he's entertaining.
I don't know. Old?
Sorry, for a second there, I thought you said old.
Actually, that is what I said.
You're about as much use as a beanie in a hurricane. Look, if you want me to tell you what shipwreck that wood came from, you're gonna have to tell me what kind of wood it is.
But I have no idea.
Well, you just get yourself a book on wood and figure it out. Maybe Katie has one. Soon as you do, call me back. I love checking out stuff like this.
Yes, I know. Oh, he's funny. So now, perfect. Dr. Prediovicu.
This is Dr. Predovicu.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew, and I'd like some help identifying this piece of wood I found.
I'd be happy to assist. Do you have our mailing address?
Well, that's the problem. I don't have time to send it to you. Would it be possible to identify it over the phone?
Certainly. Just hold it up to the phone for a couple of seconds and I'll take a reading. I'm kidding, of course. I usually don't do this over the phone, but I'll give it a try. You will, however, need to take a look at your sample under a microscope.
I already did that.
And are you near the sample in case you need to refer back to it?
You bet I am.
Yep, I'm right by it.
All right, we'll get started. Where did you find this wood?
It's a piece of driftwood, probably used for a crate.
Is the wood sample black, brown, or yellow?
Brownish.
Brown or brown reddish?
Brown reddish.
Does the sample have many holes, just a couple, or none at all?
Many.
And are there some holes that are big and some that are small, or are they all the same size?
They're all the same size.
Okay, and the holes are really, really tiny, right?
No, they're pretty sizable.
Then you've got a tropical hardwood. I was assuming the sample was a North American wood. All right. Are there any distinguishable horizontal lines on the sample?
Yes, there are horizontal lines.
If this wood is used for crating, then it's probably Luan. It's fairly common in plywood, but it's a rainforest timber, so it's declining in popularity.
Luan, all right. Thanks for your help.
Glad to have been of service.
I think I discovered that my dad has a piece of Luan wood. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. He's got like a box of different samples of wood. And that came out of it, and I thought, I know what that is. I'm well familiar with Luan. What am I doing? I'll just call Casey from in here. I always find it weird to be on the cell phone near the other characters, because in real life I wouldn't make this conversation with other people around. So even in the game, I keep some distance between where people are to have a private phone conversation. I don't know if that's weird or if others do that as well. I imagine I'm not entirely alone in that.
Maritime Library, this is Casey.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I called before. About the driftwood?
Never heard of you. Now, if you'd have said Nancy Drew...
Yes, that's me, Nancy Drew, Katie Firestone's friend.
So what kind of wood are we talking about here, Nancy?
Luan.
Well, if that driftwood did come from a cargo container that's part of a shipwreck, there's a good chance I can figure out which one. Call me back in an hour or so.
You can identify a ship by what its cargo containers are made out of?
Ever since the hobo spider got into the U.S. by laying eggs in the wood crating of ships coming from Europe, the feds have made sure that cargo ships keep real careful records. Of course, I'll be taking things like tides, currents, weather conditions, proximity to Snake Horse Harbor. I'll be taking all those factors into consideration, too.
I really appreciate your doing this for me, Casey.
And, well, you should.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now will I remember to call him back later? Maybe because I've said it out loud, I will. No, I'm not gonna talk to Katie. Okay, let's get our safety gear. Yeah, so I've been kayaking once, and it was in like a two-man kayak. A bottle. It wasn't a great experience because the person who was kayaking with me wasn't doing any of the paddling. I basically paddled for two people for 2 hours. It was, let's say, quite tiring. I had very sore arms the next day. It was really nice. I was doing that in New Zealand, in the Able Tasman Sea. It was really cool. It was a beautiful day. We had a nice day for it. We had this 2-hour-long trek that we did down to the spot where we picked up the kayaks and then did the actual kayaking. And it was a nice experience. It just would have been nice if someone had helped me with paddling our kayak. I love these little caves. I'm pretty sure I took a screenshot of this when this game first came out and used it as my background on the computer. It's just so pretty. Here we go. Our final bottle. Might have even been a screenshot of this important area. This sort of spookier. It's not really the right word. A bit more tension in this music. A bit more haunting in a way. Puts you on edge. Puts me on edge anyways. It's a great track. It's very fitting for this foggy place. Okay. Time to enter some coordinates. Make new waypoint. That's going to be 48, 42, 517, and then 1, 2, 3, nice and easy, 0, 8, 6, 1, 5. And we go with this triumphant piece, and we hear this quite often in this game. We heard it earlier already. I love when the games have this extra track or similar tracks. Whenever you've accomplished something, you really feel it when the music changes.
I've never been to this beach before.
Oh, I have a story about this, which we'll get to later.
Stop to build a sandcastle. I could use a break.
After all that paddling, yes. Let's make a little castle. Or not. All right. Sort of layer on top of it. I like symmetry. Yeah, let's throw a purple starfish on there. Beautiful.
Time to go back to work.
And this I already figured out. Yes, this one, not the one beneath it. There we go. But I'm just going to read this one out loud. Can I read the other page? Yes, I can. So congratulations! I hope you enjoyed finding this thing because you and I are just getting started. See, I've got a secret. Well, two, actually. But I don't believe in just handing things to folks on a silver platter.
Send me something from the top of the lighthouse in Morse code.
Thanks for interrupting me, Nancy. It's actually fine, because I can't read this part because I'm in a recording box. So, anyhow.
Something is fishy in Snake Horse Harbor.
Yes.
I don't know what all those letters mean, but something tells me this may come in handy.
It should, and I find this completely useless. It doesn't help whenever I play it. Okay. Dog name. Alpha, I think is what that says. You know what, I kind of know the order of this. Let's see. AJ. I just have to get some of these initials in order. JD. Did I miss one? Hang on. HS, there we go, I missed hotel.
This is the weirdest story I've ever read.
That's fine.
So far, so good. I don't know what you... I'm gonna be over here. I'm getting there. Ta-da! Ask HSAJJD for Hilda's gift.
Yeah, I almost have this memorized, just not the order of the initials. So it's nice and quick. Relatively, anyways. I love this little pond too. This was a really nice
A
sketch.
starfish. Awesome. Oops, it must be ticklish. Anemones are so beautiful.
So again, Her Interactive took this opportunity just to add some extra bits to this game. We didn't need this pool, it doesn't add to solving the mystery, but it's just sort of nice to have, and you can poke the fish and you keep doing that and something else will come up on screen eventually, apparently. Let's see if I can get it. I think I only had it happen once. Maybe I have to keep coming back, I don't know. No, that's fine. I think you get like a drawing of the fish and its name. Anyhow. So now, I'm going to follow up on this here note. This is how Nancy spends her vacation. She finds mysterious notes and she just follows their instructions. I suppose we could talk to Katie.
What's up?
Or not.
See you in a bit.
I'll be right here.
Oh, come on. Go to the Hot Kettle Cafe, which sounds so lovely. I love that name.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
Did Hilda Swenson give you something?
She made a necklace for me. Prettiest thing I own. I'd show it to you, but it's at my house. How did you know she gave me something?
Let's just say that there may be a method to Hilda's madness after all. Do you think you could get it for me?
Problem is, my home's across town, and I'm real low on clams, which means I've got to go clamming before I can even think about doing anything else.
Why don't I go clamming for you?
Okay, if you get the clams, I'll go get the necklace. You can put them in here. 15 ought to do it. That's the limit anyway. But you'll also need a permit. Andy Jason can issue you one.
Okay.
It's been fun talking to you.
Ain't that the truth?
You again?
Yes.
I understand that Hilda Swenson gave you something?
So what if she did?
I was hoping I could take a look at it.
You sure are a demanding little thing, ain't you? But tell you what, this chess problem I've been working on is giving me fits. Here, solve it for me, and I'll let you see what Hilda gave me. Feel free to look at the chess book in my duffel bag if you need help. Let me
Oh, I
know when you're
will.
through.
I definitely will, even though it doesn't actually help me. This is if you don't know about poker hands, so it actually is valuable. And so is our little bookmark here. And I actually find this book completely useless. I'm no chess master, and the book still doesn't help, except that it, you know, it lets you know which pieces are which. Which one is it? Okay, there's no queen, so it's gotta be the rook.
Good.
Which rook am I looking at? Okay. H8, I think.
Huh.
No, that's the mistake I always make. That comes later. So to H5.
Correct. Rook
That
moves
one
to
first.
h5. So black would move here.
And then rook again.
Perfect.
Oh shoot, no, I'm not sure. Is it a7? No, because then it could just move up. Is it the same rook? I keep thinking I have to move this one. Maybe it's this one, h7.
Yes.
Yes.
There. Checkmate.
There we go.
Done with that chess problem yet?
Check it out.
Right as rain. And to keep up my end of the bargain, here's what Hilda gave me.
One bum.
Handle's made of scrimshaw. She carved it herself. Never would tell me why she wrote one bum on it like that. Of course, this was after her husband died. Guess her mind was starting to go.
Thanks
very
for letting
pretty.
me see it. See you around.
Watch out for Caddy.
I tried. It didn't show up for me. Go see Andy. Both to get the clamming permit and ask him about the gift from Hilda.
Hi, Nancy.
I understand that Hilda Swenson gave you a present?
She gave me the design I use to create the keychains I give away to everyone who goes on a Whale World whale watch. She was quite the graphic artist.
Since I took your whale watching tour, I get a free keychain, right?
Actually, I only give them to paying customers.
Now, why did the term false advertising suddenly pop into my head?
Yes.
Okay.
I need a clamming permit. Jenna said I could get one from you?
Ordinarily you could, but permits mean paperwork, and I'm kinda busy right now. Of course, if someone wanted to volunteer to help me...
You just got yourself a volunteer.
Inside that box marked Caddy is a miniature of what our resident sea monster might look like in skeletal form. Assemble it for me, and I'll not only give you a permit, but I'll throw in a free clam tube. And remember, whales rule!
I don't like this puzzle very much.
Bingo!
Oy, 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 oy.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
I get the first few pieces, and then things change and become more difficult.
Nah.
Apparently not.
Nah.
Yes, I know. That's why I put it down there. Honestly.
Oh yeah! Good. Good. Bingo.
Okay. I don't know if this one goes here too or not.
Good.
Oh, it does. Brilliant. No, I don't know. Doesn't look right. Really doesn't look right. I already tried that there. I know this goes around here. It's at a weird angle.
Bingo.
There we go. See? Weird angle. Nope. No. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay.
Oh yeah. Bingo. Nah. Nah. Bingo.
There we go.
Wow, am I a creative genius or what?
When it's all in place, it looks right, and yet it also really looks wrong.
Hi, Nancy.
I finished putting that display together.
So you did. Caddy never looked better. Here's your permit, and here's your clam tube. Look for little holes in the sand. Sometimes water will squirt out of them. Anyway, center the tube over the hole, push it down into the sand, and pull.
Okay.
If you're quick enough, the clam will be in the sand that comes out of the tube. If not, try again.
I think there'll be lots of that.
Thanks for your time.
Drop by again.
Trin. Wonder what that means.
Also another beautiful piece of artwork. Okay, my least favorite task. This had me stuck the first time I ever played this game. And I think a lot of players got stuck on this. I think I remember seeing that on the message board. Oh boy. It's not so bad now because I know how to do this, but do I know where to go? Good gravy.
You're no clam.
This is not a strong start.
No clams here.
How about you? No. Turn around and try again. Oops. There we go. Yay!
Aha!
1 down, 14 to go. If it'll let me even find. Sometimes it helps to go up here and then come back down. Ugh.
No clams here.
Oh boy. Yay. Yay. Okay, making some headway. Take a little break and not get attacked. That's not what I meant to do. I was
This is the Drew residence. Please leave a
Oh,
message at
dear.
the beep.
Hi, Nancy. It's Hannah. I seem to have gotten beamed by a chunk of lighthouse. Could you please pick me up from the flight tonight? It's airport 323. Oh, and bring a pack of ice couples. I've got a grapefruit on my head the size of a goose egg. Am I making sense? Oh, well, soon you see.
I haven't done that since I first played the game years ago. That was amusing. I was trying to get the arrow. Evidently I failed. There we go.
Whoa, that was close.
Okay, now let's deal with this. There you go, the change in music sort of to indicate an accomplishment. I guess I could do this now. Normally I go up first. That's fine. I also don't normally get hit on the head, so things are all over the place. 2, 4, 6. I think that one's a safe bulb. 6 and 8, maybe?
wonder why that's there. There's obviously more to this, like the other half of the picture.
Mm-hmm. I really like that I didn't have to unlock the lock again. I think I might the next time I come to the
Looks like
lighthouse.
someone's been up here recently. Someone messy.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the bulb's missing. It's rusted shut. Ah, there we go.
Still
That's
need...
today. Wonder why it's circled.
Let's continue climbing. Oops.
No plans here.
Oh. Yay, that's another one. What am I at? 4. I think I get 5. 5 or 7.
I don't see any more plans. Maybe I should look somewhere else for a while.
I guess that's just 4. So moving on to our next climbing location, to take the kayak out. Totally forgot to look at the earlier part of the
No
beach.
plans here. Five down, 10 to go.
Mhm.
A day late and a sand dollar short.
All these different spots. So I didn't know for the longest time that you could cross over here. Because I think the first time I tried, I just went forward not realizing, you know, the cursor isn't highlighted the whole time and that each of these was a distinct spot you could jump to. So I kept falling and was like, well, clearly Nancy's not supposed to go over here. And then one time, I think out of frustration, I thought, I'm just gonna go slip and die, and clicked over here and realized, oh, I have a choice to make. So I figured it out. But this is what got me stuck, was not realizing I could get over here. There's 1, we need 2 from over here. There we go.
Well, I'm more than halfway there.
And the rest are back at the other beach. Yeah, this was a bit deceptive. I don't know if that was intentional or if I was just foolish and not observant enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I count that one? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 6 to go. Ugh. Yay, there's 1. 5 to go. No, not that way, thank you.
There you are, my pretty.
Getting closer. Oh, bye-bye, sand dollar, I don't need you.
13 clams. I just need to find 2 more.
I can do it. Oops. I click things the right way. Just need one more. Oh, and it's going to be difficult. Oh, this is mean. It's not even giving me a spot. Fine, let's go hang out with a fish. There we go. So it wasn't a drawing. But yeah, if you click it enough, this happens. Come on, I need one more clam. How would I do this? Sort of like reset things. Will this be it? Yes!
All right, 15 clams. I'm all set.
Success. There we go. That's good. Okay. Head to the Hot Kettle Cafe and give Jenna the clams. And it's so quiet now.
Hi, Nancy. Oh, good, you got the clams. Let me take those from you. I'll take that clam tube off your hands, too. You'll never guess what happened. While I was home getting that necklace for you, somebody broke in here. The sheriff just left.
Really? Was anything stolen?
What's weird is I'm not only missing food, like bread and eggs and stuff like that, but it looks like they also stole a bunch of tools and some boat parts.
How'd they get in?
Both doors were locked when I got here, and none of the windows were broken. It's like a ghost did it.
You know, it's possible that the sheriff missed something.
If you want to play detective, please, be my guest. If you have any questions, just holler.
Oh, I will. Nancy hollers a lot in this game. But first... Yay.
Match pairs across all 3 screens.
I like this. Pineapple chicken. Orange, lemon. Oh, can I even click this one? Don't know what that is. Oh no. I can't do some of these. Shoot. Because of my recording bar. Well, I'll do as much as I can right now. I was very attentive to some of the things that were coming up earlier. What's the pair here? Okay, what's the pair? Oh, right, okay. Oh, this, I think, is this one. Or it's spoons. Oh, okay. Oh, you. Okay, that's the third one here. That was over here. Bananas. Oh, got the same thing. Hooray. I'm not gonna be able to get this one, am I? Can't on the other one? Nope. Oh, salt and pepper. I think that was on the other side. Where's that? Where did I see that? Did I not see that somewhere, or was it earlier here? Oh, good gravy. It was. There we go. Oh, the egg was here. Yes. No. Oh, I don't remember if that one was on the other side. There we go. You were the first one. Oh, and that bowl is here somewhere. I know it was. Old bowl of noodles that look delicious there. Okay, oh, sliced banana. go. Sandwich, bread. Oh, other bananas. There we go. Shoot, I've already lost it. Is that the dessert over here somewhere? Nope, wrong one. Hooray! Oh, it's over here. That radish thing. There it is. Salt and pepper. Spud. Oh no. There we go. Cheese. Pie. Carrot. No. Oh no, it was up here. Not that one. Fine. Fish. Where was the fish? This one. Fried egg. I don't think it was there. Radish. Of course. I'm trying not to have to come out of the game here. Okay, well, I will continue this recording separately because my box is in the way and I can't finish the puzzle in the recording, so I'll be back shortly. See you in a jiffy. Okay, so I've now solved the puzzle and the box is open.
It's beautiful. Ella, what kind of word is that?
That is a valid question. And again, it's another beautiful little piece of artwork. Now the party's gone and we can do some snooping.
Looks like you do a lot of shopping at Save King.
I do all my shopping at Save King.
And that's pretty much it. Just look at the mess.
That's strange.
Oh, I have to call Casey. See, I knew I would forget.
Maritime Library, this is Casey.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. Any luck finding what shipwreck that piece of driftwood came from?
Sorry, can't talk now. I'm waiting for a real important call from Nancy Drew.
Casey, that's me. I'm Nancy Drew.
Oh, then I got some good news.
You know the name of the shipwreck?
The SS Whitechapel Dawn sank 5 years ago right there in the channel outside Snake Horse Harbor, about a mile and a half due northwest of the lighthouse.
Really?
I hear that channel up there's been pretty busy, what with that orphaned whale messing things up for the fishermen and all. Anyway, everything fits except one thing.
You can kind of guess what that one thing might be.
Uh-oh.
The Whitechapel Dawn went down in deep water. Real deep water. Too deep for currents to be carrying debris up from it. Just not possible.
And Katie pointed out that it seemed weird, like it seemed like it had been in the water for a while, but it was sharp, or the edges, rather, were sharp.
Could a recent storm have churned things up down there?
I've been doing this type of research for 20 years, young lady. When I say something's not possible, it's not possible.
Yet somehow a piece of wood from it washed ashore. What kind of ship was the Whitechapel Dawn?
It was just a regular old freighter bound for San Francisco from Vancouver, British Columbia. Nothing unusual about it if you don't count the rumors.
What rumors?
About the smuggling.
Oh, his delivery.
The ship was smuggling something?
After it sank, some crew members said there was something unusual about the cargo it had been carrying. That's all. No specifics, just rumors.
Why did the ship sink?
Official cause was foul weather. But whenever a boat goes down in those parts, they always unofficially blame it on... Oh, what do they call that sea serpent up there?
Caddy?
No thanks. Caddy! That's what they call it!
Oh,
Caddy!
goodness.
Anyway, this has been fun, young lady, but I need to get back to work. By the way, I just got done emailing you something.
What?
I said, I just got done emailing you something.
Great, thanks. Well, goodbye, Casey.
Goodbye, Caddy.
I certainly hope he doesn't operate heavy machinery.
Oh, he was a brilliant character that they put into this game.
That's strange.
And I'm gonna come back to this room. I don't actually have to see what Casey emailed me. I can do this now. Okay, which one is it?
What is this card thing?
Good question. Aunt Ira said it and the others like it have been on the walls in here since the place was built.
Okay, we certainly have a lot of clubs. What else do we have? Ooh. Liking the clubs though. Jack and a king. Oh boy. Did I go for the right one? Oh no, I didn't. Okay. 10 of spades. Ace of diamonds. 10 of spades. Oh shoot. Well, how are we for diamonds, folks? Diamonds would work. Oh, I did this the wrong way. Yeah, diamonds works. Oh. You need to be different. This needs to be an ace.
I made a
There we
royal
go.
flush.
Brilliant. Okay, diamonds are done. What do we have here? Hearts. Clubs. Hearts and clubs. Okay. Clubs. And hearts. Hearts and clubs. What about you? Clubs. Hearts. What about you? Hearts and clubs. I'm officially confused. Okay, let's go for hearts. What about you? Is there a different heart? No? Okay, let's go for clubs. I want a king here.
I made a royal flush.
Okay, so diamonds and clubs are done. Hearts and spades still to go. This could be either. I feel like this one's hearts. Oh, I'm wrong. This has to be spades. Oh, well done me.
made a royal flush.
Okay, which means the last one will be hearts. Which means I need a 10. Oh, maybe this one's a king then. Yep, so you are not. Excellent.
What was that?
Woohoo!
I
New
guess that's
discovery.
how those burglars got in here. I can't see a thing. I'm gonna need a flashlight.
And now for a little chat with Jenna about my discovery.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
Or not quite.
Do you have a flashlight I could borrow?
Sorry.
It's been fun talking to you.
Back at ya.
Oh, you can hear the boat. It sounds a little different. It's making progress.
Save King.
Hey, what's going on?
Sounds like you're making progress.
I'm getting there. I remembered that a friend of mine had stashed some boat parts in my storage locker.
Jenna Devlin said some of the things that were stolen from her back room in that burglary were boat parts she'd bought at Save King.
And?
I just assume she knows about the burglary. Haven't actually told her that happened.
Do a lot of people around here buy boat parts from Save King?
Everyone around here shops at Save King for boat parts and practically everything else. Any other questions?
Would you by any chance have a flashlight?
I have a headlamp. I mean, I have one somewhere. I'm sorry, Nancy. I'm so hungry I can hardly see straight, let alone think straight.
Would you like a sandwich?
That would be awesome.
See you in a bit.
Be careful out there.
Okay, let's make her a sandwich that's not going to make her sick. First, let's check on this. Okay, no change. Too early. Oops, this way. What is this? Let's not put a jellyfish.
It won't be much of a sandwich if I don't put something in it.
Put some lettuce on it. This cheese is fine. For some tomatoes. Blech. Keep.
What's up?
Here's a sandwich for you.
Great.
Here you go.
I'm starving. That was fabulous. Thank you. Okay, you wanted my headlamp. Where's my headlamp? Oh my gosh. It was right here in the engine compartment the whole time.
Thank you.
See you in a bit.
Enjoy.
Oh, I will. I get to do some exploring in a secret tunnel. It will be great. A hot kettle cafe. I really like that I feel like I'm always trying to do something. I don't feel very idle in this game.
You again?
Mm-hmm.
See you around.
Yo ho ho.
Yeah, there's always something happening, which I really, really like. And I don't feel bored or like I'm doing a bunch of chores.
A cairn. Wonder who made it.
I remember the first time I saw Ninukshuk, I thought, that's a cairn. I don't actually know what the difference is. But I thought, I know what that is. That's from Nancy Drew.
Camping gear is the last thing I need right now. I've got enough 10-penny nails, thank you very much.
It's one of these, if you keep opening and closing it, you get to see this weird slideshow kind of thing. I'm not going to do it. I think it's just too time consuming. I'll comment on the cairn.
Another cairn.
It's number 2.
Another cairn.
Number 3.
Another cairn.
Number 4. And now a long walk.
Glad I'm wearing comfortable shoes, because it looks like I'm going to be doing a lot of walking.
I think I'd actually be quite terrified to do this, especially alone in a tunnel that I don't know how structurally sound it is. Nancy's a bit brave, maybe a little foolish.
I feel like I've walked for miles. Another cairn.
Number 5. That's very much needed.
Dead end.
Hear the peen.
That sound. Where have I heard that sound before?
That would be the lighthouse, as we know. Woohoo! That's so cool.
I'm in the sea caves.
And this will be a puzzle that's solved much later. Oops. It always bugs me that you can't just go back out or out this way.
Since I came in through the tunnel, it looks like I can't get out to the lighthouse.
Which is super lame. Although it looks almost like the door's open because there's a lot of light coming in up there. Oh well. Long walk again. Almost there. Okay. Can Jenna and I have our talk about this tunnel? Or does it happen later?
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
Yes, we'll talk about it now.
Did you know that there's a trap door in the floor of your banquet room?
A trap door? No. Where does it go?
There's a tunnel under it that dead ends at one end in this strange curved wall.
A tunnel? I don't know anything about it.
So I think this is where you can have some really different conversations with Jenna. It's around here where these selections make a difference.
Maybe those stories about all those sailors getting shanghaied are true after all.
Look, tunnels are dangerous. I don't want you going down there anymore.
Oh no, I'll be fine.
I mean it. Just forget about this whole thing.
Only if you call the sheriff and tell him about it.
No! Okay, look. I guess if you're real careful, you can keep poking around down there. But I don't want you telling anybody else about that tunnel without coming to me first. I got my reasons. I've also got work to do.
Okay. I'm not going to focus too much on that. I'm going to go to Katie's boat because we need to use the anagram buster. And then we can go to the lighthouse. We've had a lot of these like little successes. Oh, here we go. And then all to lead up to one big thing. So yeah, a bunch of little things we accomplished to lead to our big thing, which will be happening in the lighthouse, and then leads to more little things, and then to one more big thing. Yeah, I really like the structure of this game. Anagram buster.
Brand new anagram buster. If I come across letters that need unscrambling, I'll be all set.
Well, I'm at that point. Let's do this again.
Maybe I can use my handy-dandy anagram buster to figure out what those strange words on Hilda's gift mean. That makes sense.
Oh, and then of course I have to figure out here, Morse code, how to do numbers, because I don't have that memorized. Okay, yeah, you use 5 instead of 4. 0 is dashes, and then 1 is a dot, and then dash, 2 dots, 3 dashes. Sorry, I'm talking out loud to myself. Till 5, and then you add the dash again. I think I can remember this. I'm hopeful. Okay, so now we can leave Katie's boat again. And now I'll go up to the lighthouse. Or we might have to enter the combination again. I have a feeling we do. Yep. Oops. What was it? 75. Okay, first, let's do this.
Perfect.
Alrighty. Nancy's number is it 4599? 4399. So 5 would be where on my keyboard? 2, 3, 4, 5.
5, 2, 3, 5, 5, 5, 4, 3, 9, 9.
Send. Yee. I just love this part. It's just so exciting. And there's Hilda. Not that I understand what message she was trying to send back to me.
Hello?
Hello, Nancy. Hilda here.
Hilda? Hilda Swenson?
Easy, girl. It's not like you're talking to the Queen of England or anything. Although I did meet her once. Stuffy lot, those Windsors.
How did you know my name?
Where there's a will and a satellite internet connection, there's always a way.
Ooh, that should be capitalized.
Everyone thinks you're crazy, but you don't seem crazy.
People think what I want them to think. But let's get on with it. We may be running out of time. I've sent you an email. Read it, follow the instructions, and we'll do lunch.
We will?
No, no, no. It's just an expression, dear. No one in Hollywood ever really has lunch when they say they're going to do lunch.
Oh.
I'll be in touch. And rest assured, I'll be watching. Which reminds me, someone's been up in the lighthouse. I couldn't see who. I hope they aren't doing any damage.
They did leave kind of a mess.
We really must put a stop to this, Nancy. Ciao!
I love this. I get little chills because we now know there's this extra mystery, but we have no idea what it's about. And oh, it's just so great that we have this sort of kooky character, or someone we think has kind of lost her marbles, contacting us and sounds quite sane. And she has this little mission for us. It's, oh, I really like this. I like all the different elements to the storyline in this game. It just has me intrigued constantly. The only things I feel like by now it should be evening. It's probably time for Nancy to go to sleep and continue this in the morning. There we go. Oh, I was going to talk to Katie about the water. Ah, it'll keep. Well, not really. Okay, time to jot these little notes down, and then we have to fill in the blanks. So I might actually know some of these already. Number of nuns surrounding Snake Horse Harbor. Oh, I don't remember that one. Nuns. ID number of the buoy that's got graffiti on it. 6 or an 8? Never remember. Number of isophase buoys surrounding Snake Horse Harbor plus 4. It's 1. Plus 4 is 5. How many dollars? Oh, that's 3. I already looked at that. Number of cairns in the tunnel, that's 5. Okay, number of nuns surrounding Snake Horse Harbor. The ID number, it's got the graffiti on it. Oh, I hate this one about the nuns. I have a hard time. I've always had a hard time counting that one. So, what's a nun? Nautical terms. A red even number buoy that marks the left side of a channel leaving a harbor. Oh, good gravy. I don't know. Well, I have to go out on the water anyways. Let's see how many attempts this is all going to take. So left side when you're leaving a harbor. I don't know. 8. Okay. The isophase buoys. So that's 1, 2, 3 in the distance. I don't think you count the one with the 8 on it. Yeah, this has always been the tricky one for me. There's a 6. I mean, there are 4 of them. But is this one considered on the right side? I don't know. It's 3 or 4, I think is the answer. I think it's actually 4, but I don't know. This is one I actually wish was explained. Maybe in a strategy guide, I don't know. I don't have that for this game.
What is that smell? Oh, man.
Oh man, indeed.
What's up?
Are you aware that there's a whole lot of fish going bad in your freezer?
Of course I am. Whoever tore up my engine damaged my wiring, too. Refrigerator's out, freezer's out, TV's out.
So here we go. We've got 3 great options. I'm a fan.
It's herring, if I'm not mistaken. The same kind of fish orcas in captivity are fed.
All right. I've been feeding the orca okay, but I'm not the only one. I can't afford to feed her much, and there's not enough natural fish in the channel for her to exist on. Yet
That's a
she's
real
doing
thing.
fine, which means someone else is feeding her too. You know, this is not a good time for me to be trying to entertain a house guest. How about a rain check?
Yeah, I just wanted to address the food part of that. So that is something we're seeing with the orcas here on the Pacific. That there is concern about there not being enough fish. I think Chinook salmon is the big concern, that there's not enough of that naturally occurring, and there's all this difficulty, shall we say, with canneries and fisheries and all that, because you have to find this balance between what you can fish to sell, but what needs to stay in the natural environment for the wildlife. It's a big issue that you can look into on your own time, but I encourage you to. It's quite something.
I'm fine with the way things are, but if you insist.
As soon as I get this fixed, I'll take you to the mainland so you can catch a flight back to River Heights. I'm sorry, Nancy.
I don't blame her. I've been kind of suspicious of her and not hiding it. Okay, so now... Can I figure these out? Okay. 4, 8, 4, 2, and then is it a 3 or a 4? Start with a 3, 8, 5. No, 4, 8, 5. There we go. Yeah, because that one buoy is off on the right, whereas there are 3 that are on the left. It's, yeah, I don't like this. That question for this activity, it just doesn't make sense to me. Okay. Let's see. I still have a ways to go out. Here we go.
I don't know when it opens yet. Hello?
Hello, Nancy. I commend your ability to take direction and to follow through. You're definitely a cut above. And for that, you've just been rewarded.
You're watching me? Right now?
Creepy.
I told you I would be. I always keep my word, Nancy. I think it's the least human beings can do for each other. Now, here's your next mission. Listen carefully. I hope you like poems. Below ground is a rock with a strange anvil look. When you're near it, behold what's above. Letters found at the beach will put a new spot in reach. Letters only a sailor could love. Oh, my apologies, dear. I'm many things, but I'm afraid I'm not much of a poet.
I think it's a pretty good poem, actually. I really enjoy it.
Do you watch everyone in Snake Horse Harbor? Is that how you know something fishy is going on?
I'm a very curious person. I like to know things. Let's just leave it at that.
Sure.
Let's see, where was I? The device you just found. It'll come in handy when you get where you're going after you've gone where my poem takes you. Goodbye, Nancy.
Oh no, please don't hang up. I've got so many questions.
And she just abruptly ends the conversation. Okay, I forgot that we actually have to go back down those tunnels. I don't know why I forgot. Because I saw the anvil rock and knew you were going to be back there. That's fine. Let's see, can we talk to Jenna?
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
Jenna, is there something you're not telling me about that tunnel I found?
My family has always denied that Shanghaiing ever took place in Snake Horse Harbor. Why? Because it did take place. And my great-great-grandfather, the man who built this place, he was a big part of it. I'd always been told that the tunnel he and his cohorts used to kidnap people had been filled in. And Aunt Iris said nothing to me about that trap door you found. If word gets out about that tunnel, the truth about my great-great-grandfather will come out eventually too. I just wanted to spare my parents' feelings.
That's understandable.
It's been fun talking to you.
Later, Gator.
Okay, time to go for a long walk. Again. At least we know where we're going. But we're coming to the part where even with the instructions for port and starboard, I always get lost in the tunnel, so I don't even try. It is just not worth it.
There's an opening up there.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to another tunnel.
Okay. Nope, not that one. This one, okay. That was easy enough. So I'll write these down. I think I can read my twos. Yeah, I kind of know generally where to go. I feel like we're coming up to the ending. Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot more to do. mean, it'll still take some time, but in the grand scheme of things, I think most activities and tasks are done. Okay, our last waypoint. Let's see, 4842 522 123 08799. Okay. Again, that fantastic music. Don't know if we went far enough out. There we go. Oh, no. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. Much better. Put that away. Fancy box. Surprised it's dry inside. Hilda? There
Hilda?
we go.
Uh-oh, I'm getting predictable. This really will be our last conversation.
Oh, I hope not. I'd really like to meet you.
I'm afraid that's not going to happen. So, here you are in the home stretch.
Oh, which one?
You mean I'm never going to get any kind of explanation? Oh, that's not fair.
Okay, look. When I made my exit from Snake Horse Harbor, I left everything behind. You know, to kind of prove that I'd lost all my marbles. Problem is, I left behind something that I realize now I should have taken with me. My notebook on Benjamin Hawkins. Someone has obviously found it and is misusing it. See, my husband and I explored every inch of land in, around, and under Snake Horse Harbor. What we discovered, and we discovered everything, we wrote down in that notebook.
So this fishy thing that's going on, you feel like it's your fault.
Precisely. So, use what I just gave you and take a look at the boat and the bottle that Andy has. A really good look. When the time comes, you'll know what to do with what you see.
But something just doesn't make sense to me. Why do you want everyone to think you're crazy when you're obviously not?
Oh, Nancy. After my husband died, I just got bored. I love the San Juans, but the people of Snake Horse Harbor, I got tired of them. So I moved across the channel, and to make sure people left me alone.
You pretended to be nuts.
But then I got to thinking that it might be a good idea to make contact with someone trustworthy, just in case. Hence the messages in the bottles. Now, get going before it's too late. And what I just told you, keep it to yourself, okay?
Sure. So you won't be calling me anymore?
No. This, as they say in the business, is a wrap.
Well, I've enjoyed knowing you.
And I you. Thank you, Nancy.
Goodbye, Hilda.
It's really quite sweet. I really like her character and that moment there, that sort of brief explanation, but I think it captures everything well. Yeah, what an interesting character. And no more interactions with her. Kind of sad, but is appropriate. It's the right thing, given the character of Hilda. Okay.
There's some kind of symbols on those sails.
Of course, I am just jotting them down. And 5-pointed star. Okay. Not even going to talk to Andy. Just totally ignore him. And then off to the lighthouse. And things are going to get interesting. Well, they already are. But even more so. Oh, of course I have to open this again. pretty sure this thing is locked again. There we go. Okay. I don't remember which one I pressed first. I don't know what that actually is. I can't see it. What do I have here? Okay, that one has to be that. Oh no, so I guess it was the star I needed to press. That goes there. No, that goes there. This one goes here. What a contraption, and so well hidden.
I wonder where that goes to.
And this would be where Benjamin Hawkins and his family would flee to. If you didn't realize that on your own, either through watching or playing it previous times. Remember that, yeah, Benjamin Hawkins was said to have taken his family and they didn't know where he hid. That is where. So to get there, need the kayak. We do a lot of kayaking. There's a lot of water sports in this game. It's funny. People used to get lost. Like people would post on a message board about getting lost trying to get to the sea caves, which I've never understood. I've always found it very clear how to get there. Okay, here we go.
This must be where Benjamin Hawkins used to hide out.
Okay, there we go. Nancy explains it. And there's a little trove.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Local. That would be really cool and terrifying. Especially with that thrown at you, that would
Someone's trained
really
her.
hurt.
She's not wild at all.
Yeah, let's play catch with something that's a little softer and less painful.
Maybe she wants to play catch. That piece of driftwood I found must have come from a container just like this one.
There we go, SS Whitechapel Dawn. Just like Casey said. A harness. There's a frozen Atlantic herring.
Firestone. Those must belong to Katie.
And this is a red herring on top of the Atlantic herring container. Oh, I don't know if that's the first time I've really thought of it that way.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so now we have what we think is evidence pointing toward Katie being the person who has been bringing up cargo from the shipwreck. Oh no.
Hi, Nance. We're bored silly here, so we thought we'd give you a call. What's going on?
Great timing, you guys.
Bad timing.
You will not believe what I just discovered.
What? Tell us.
For one thing, that orca that's been causing all the trouble around here, it's not wild at all. It's been trained.
How do you know?
Because I played fetch with it. I'd toss something into the water, and it would use its head to kind of bonk it back to me.
Maybe it just picked that up on its own.
No, see, I found this hidden sea cave, and in it was this harness-type thing like the military uses on the orcas that it trains.
So what do you think it's been trained for?
In the cave, there were also some cargo containers. They were from the Whitechapel Dawn.
You think somebody trained the orca to retrieve containers from that shipwreck?
Casey the librarian did say the ship could have been smuggling something, and people don't usually bother smuggling something unless it's valuable.
Who trained it? That's what I want to know.
Well, in that hidden sea cave, I came across something else.
What?
A pair of work gloves. They had Katie's name on them.
Oh my gosh. Katie's behind all this?
Not necessarily. Those gloves may have been stolen from her.
Have you asked her about them?
Not yet. I'm on my way to do that right now.
Well, get going.
I will.
Let us know what she says as soon as she says it.
I will.
Yeah, that phone call comes in at a terrible time. I'm like ready to go solve the rest of this case, and then I have to have this 3-minute conversation that I don't want to have. Ugh. It's really bad timing.
Katie's gone.
Let's go Hot Kettle Cafe. We're in the home stretch, which is very exciting. Start by speaking with Holt.
You again?
I need a favor. I need you to take me out on your boat.
Right now? What for?
Well, it's a long story, but Katie Firestone may or may not be involved in something illegal.
I'm not taking my boat out now. It's almost dark. Just call the Coast Guard.
They won't do anything. I don't have proof.
Look, I'm not going anywhere. And if you know what's good for you, neither are you. Just forget it.
Well, he's not helpful.
I heard everything you told Holt. Believe me, there's nothing I'd like better than to help you get the goods on Ms. High and Mighty. But I got a cafe to run. Try Andy Jason.
I will. It will be to my detriment. But there it is.
Hi, Nancy.
I was hoping you could help me.
I was just about to close up shop, but what do you need?
Katie fixed her boat and took it out. She may have gone out to the site of this old shipwreck. In any case, I'd really like to catch up to her.
And you'd like me to give you a ride?
Me and my kayak?
Kayak? Are you nuts? It'll be dark in 10 minutes. And what about the fog?
I've got all the equipment I need to be safe.
Oh, man. You've got me so curious, there's no way I can say no. You just got yourself a boat ride.
Creep.
Be careful. I'll be waiting right here.
Liar. Spoiler alert. He's not actually a very helpful or nice or good person. See how many attempts it takes to do this. Slow going. This would be really terrifying.
Whale's making her final dive. Good. The launch just brought in the last of the stuff that was stored in the sea cave. Another hour, and we'll be out of here.
Like, I can't imagine how high up that is, but I would be really scared. I'm not great with heights or deep water. It's a bad combination.
If he sees me, I'm done for.
Shh. You hear something?
I'm taking the wrong way. Yes, I did.
You're toast, sister, with a capital T.
Okay. I do go over here first. I couldn't remember.
What are you eating?
Beef jerky. Liberated it from that camping supply place. Want some?
Still can't believe you robbed those places. The boss was fit to be tied, especially after you hit that cafe.
Having that tunnel with all those trap doors and nobody suspecting a thing? It was like being a kid with a key to the candy store. I couldn't help myself.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what's in those. Those look like animal furs.
Which way do I go here?
Hey, no snoozing. Boss says this Nancy Drew person is a real troublemaker.
Like she's gonna show up out here.
I'm just telling you what the boss told me. Keep your eyes open.
Shoot, I can't remember which way. Here we go.
Where'd you put the notebook?
Boss has it.
Nice of Hilda Nutjob to leave it behind like that, huh?
Couldn't have pulled this off without it, that's for sure.
Okay. And now I can scurry down the stairs.
That must be the orca I saw before.
So I remember the first time I played this, I really thought Katie was behind everything, and before the game came out, I'd posted on like the game suggestion board or whatever it used to be called before that was its name. I really wanted the person to invite Nancy to be the culprit, and I thought, oh, they've answered my wish, because Nancy's been invited by Katie, and she's the bad guy. I was so ridiculously excited up to this moment, or at this moment, and then things quickly changed.
Katie? my gosh.
Nancy, I was afraid no one would ever find me.
What happened? How did you get here?
I fixed my boat and went right out to check on the whale, only the fog was rolling in and it was getting dark. Then I finally saw her, only she was being fed by some men in an outboard. They were putting some sort of harness on her. When they saw me, they rammed my boat, then grabbed me, tied me up, and brought me here. I don't know what's going on.
I think I do. They're using the whale to bring up smuggled cargo from a shipwreck.
Shh! Listen. Someone's coming! Hide! Hide!
Again, I will hide.
Well, Katie, you'll be happy to know that your friend Nancy will be joining us any minute. Hey, how'd you get that gag off? Well, it appears she's already here. All right, where are you? Nancy!
Creep.
If I could make it back to my kayak, I could go get help.
Somebody stop her!
Oh no! I'm trapped!
Well, what do we have here?
I knew it was you all along. And I told Holt and Jenna, if anything happens to me, they'll know you did it.
Nice try. But I can smell a bluff a mile away. You're about to become the victim of an unfortunate kayaking accident. Or maybe I'll tell my customers that the snake horse got you. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
No.
What did you do that for?
No dialogue in the box.
Say goodnight, Nancy. Nuts.
Way to go, buddy!
Yes.
Dear Ned, I've got to hand it to Andy Jason. The plan he cooked up to recover smuggled animal furs was a darn good one.
It is,
First, he got
actually.
himself an orca that the Russians had trained for covert military operations. Then he made it look like the whale was an orphan, so he could hide her in plain sight while she did his dirty work at night. Then he and his henchmen disabled Katie's boat to keep her out of their way. They needed work gloves, so they stole hers. In fact, Andy's henchmen couldn't resist using the tunnel they'd found out about in Hilda's notebook to steal practically everything they could get their hands on. But now, Andy and his buddies are in jail. Jenna is serving more clam chowder than ever. Katie is planning to vote for Holt after all. The orca is getting along great with a local pod and is rapidly losing interest in humans. And I'm back on the ferry headed home. See you soon, Nancy. P.S. Just before I left, I saw something appear, then quickly disappear in the channel by Katie's boat. She said it was just a log, but I'm pretty sure it was you-know-who saying goodbye.
What's my certificate? Something like Puzzle Master. I got an Easter egg? Oh, yes! For the pond. Arakari. I don't know if that's how he pronounced it. That's, Robert. That was his username on the message board.
Hey, fellow detective, ever been to a ranch? I haven't, but I've been invited to one. It's in Arizona, and it's called Shadow Ranch, and I can't wait to go. You're invited too, but I should probably warn you, it could be a little dangerous.
Just like we like it. The fakeness of the horse there has always bothered me. It looks like a plastic horse, like a toy horse. But it's exciting. And there we go, that is Danger on Deception Island, game number 9 of the Nancy Drew Adventure series. Such a good game. This also was a game that was in the running for my favorite game when it first came out. It's pretty high on the list still. I really like the setting, I really like the music and just sort of the foggy setting, but also some of the sunny areas, like at the Hot Kettle Cafe. Really like the characters. In terms of both their appearance, I really like that they all look very different. And then their personalities, I think, is a really great mix and different from the other games. Like, I don't feel like I'm meeting the same characters with different faces from earlier games. I really like the storyline. I like that Nancy, you know, is on holiday and that never works out for her. But she sort of uncovers these little clues to a mystery. That's in the form of the messages in bottles from Hilda. And then Hilda knows there's something else going on, and so they're sort of working together to find the culprits and put a stop to their plot that we don't entirely know what it is. And it's this idea of bringing up smuggled animal furs that have been underwater for so many years. I really like that storyline. I like the stories that involve like smuggling and counterfeiting. I don't know why. Maybe just because I felt for so long that there were a lot of treasure stories, and the next one will be a treasure story. But it's just something a little different, and anything that sort of ties to art in some way. I mean, animal furs is not art, but you smuggle art. So smuggling animal furs, it's just something that works for me, that I find is always sort of an interesting storyline. So I really enjoyed this game. The ending, sort of the closing of the ending, to me is a little weak, but okay. I do kind of like that it's quick. And oh, I like this little note here. But look out for Caddy that's on the screen. I don't have a cursor to show you, but yeah, this is a good game. Lots of fun. I love these first like 9-10 games. I think they're very strong stories. They've got great replay value, and I don't tire of them. They're just so much fun. There was something else I was going to talk about. I'm trying to recall what it was. It might just have been about the book. So my next video is going to be a comparison between this game, Danger on Deception Island, and the Nancy Drew Digest paperback, Whispers in the Fog, which I've not read before, but when I decided I was going to start doing these videos, I found a copy of it, ordered it from a bookstore somewhere in Canada here. I don't remember which one. I did 2 orders from 2 different stores at the same time, so thank you to whichever bookstore I bought this from. I'm happy to add it to my collection and to be able to read it and do this comparison video. I'm really curious to see what the differences are. I'm sure there are going to be many. I imagine Hilda is not in it, but maybe she is. Yeah, I'm really excited to read this book and see what the changes were, because I do really like this story, as I've just said. So I wonder how much of it came from her on their own imagination, and how much of it was actually taken from the source material. So I'm looking forward to doing that, hopefully in the next week. I hope you enjoyed my playthrough. I had a lot of fun. This was a good way to avoid setting off my allergies any further today. Hopefully they get tempered a bit as I get used to all the pollen in the air. Alright, thanks a bunch everyone. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed watching this playthrough.